Welcome everybody to a new devlog about throwaway projects. So yeah, let me quickly explain what these are. So basically it's just a side project which you don't care a lot about and use it also for learning new skills or abilities. And I'm using this one here, for example, for this water simulation. That's what I learned there. I'm using Fluid Ninja Live. It's an Unreal Engine marketplace asset which you can get. I really like it a lot, and it has a lot of use cases. And also the developer is quite helpful. He helped me a little bit. I had some issues in the beginning because I was not using some settings correctly, and it also interacts with the with the with the text, render text here, and here you see some form basically, which is also quite nice in my view. And I thought, yeah, use it for the main menu for this game, for this throwaway project. So yeah, and yeah, as I said, it's basically a project where you learn new stuff, and yeah, then throw it away and move on with other projects. And here I will use it for also learning some animations and some rigging within a 3D software like Blender or Maya. And you will also see in a few minutes why I have to do it because I have some issues with the character. And yeah, so yeah, I'm still enjoying the process, you could say, and I will give this game away for free. So once it is in a state where all the features are in, you will get a playable version. And yeah, so let me basically quit this map and we go on to another map, and you will see, so that you get a feeling what is the game about. And there I have to say in front that the game is basically heavily inspired by some games which I really like a lot, like Last of Us, Days Gone, Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell, Max Payne of course as well for action-based combat, and also some parkour mechanics like we have in Dying Light. Sure, not in the same quality level because I'm working basically alone on this project, so I cannot implement all of the stuff and get the same quality. But I want to learn some how to implement some mechanics with an Unreal Engine and discover new areas of the engine, and also some artist topics like animations and rigging. And if we play the game, basically it's a horror game. You will see here a weather simulation, and this is based on ultra dynamic sky. So if you want to get it, you can go and get it for this discount. This video is not sponsored by those guys, so yeah, I'm just wanted to say I really like it and it's really amazing, and you can set it up very quickly. It's one of the marketplace assets which is done very well in my view. And here you see the lighting, so I really like some of the lighting. It's very amazing. So hopefully we can see one again. Oh, there was one. There's one again. So yeah, it's really amazing. And we can sneak around. Oh, let me disable the debug stuff. So yeah, now it's gone away. We will talk about the debug stuff in a few minutes. And we can sneak around here and also be very quiet so that we don't see any enemies here. But yeah, this is not set up yet. This map I was working, let's say 1 or 2 hours, and get basically some assets in, like cars, trash, this building here, which is a shop. You can also go inside and see through the windows. So here's the door basically. So yeah, the lighting is not yet set up properly. still have to work here on stuff. So, but if you see some lightnings, we get some more light. So like this one here. And yeah, so yeah, I will work on this map more and share more about it with you guys, and hopefully you will like it as well as I do. I really like it already, and yeah, the thunderstorms, yeah, like this one here, is creating a really amazing environment, and yeah, you can get the idea which is going, or you can get the idea where the project might go. And yeah, I'm still working here on stuff. So let me quit this map as well, and we will go into the developer map, which is more interesting for this devlog. And we will play again. So here we have this character, right? And it seems to work quite fine. We can run, turn around, turn in place works of ALS. We can also double jump, which is not available in the in the stock ALS implementation. So if you want to know how you can implement double jumping in Unreal Engine very quickly, please let me know in the comments below, and I will create for you a tutorial. It can be done in, let's say, 2 or 5 minutes. Really, it's really amazing. And yeah, furthermore, you can roll, crouch. You have the different walking speeds and so on. Yeah, this is working quite fine. And you can also use the mantling system. So everything seems to work, right? Except the overlay states. So if I press the V key, here you see I have some really weird issues with the hands, and they are not properly placed. So yeah, this is an issue with retargeting, because this character has some really different, or some different proportions for the arms, which don't fit to the mannequin skeleton. And yeah, it's really painful. There's literally no real solution on the forums. Some guys seems to have this issue as well, but I think I know now how to solve it, and there I have to adapt basically the overlay state poses of ALS. And here for aiming in standing pose, I already fixed it. I'm using here some additive animation key points, which works really well for this character in my view. So yeah, but yeah, the same solution does not work for the standing pose, which is the reason why I have to get this character out of Unreal Engine and import it into the 3D software and also the animation, and then I'm pretty sure I can fix it. And if I press the F key, we can also throw away the weapon. Then physics will be enabled and we can pick it up again. If I press the E key, there are no animations played yet. I will work on this topic in the future and yeah, make another devlog about them. So yeah, it's working quite fine already. We can also shoot. If I press the right mouse button, we can shoot at those explosives here, and then we'll play some particle effects and yeah, some destruction and so on. We can shoot those windows. Works also quite nice. We have camera shake set up already. So if I run or sprint, you will also see a slight camera shake. So this, yeah, in my view, camera shakes bring a lot of game feel into a game, and that's why I'm also experimenting here. And I might do another devlog about camera shakes in Unreal Engine as well, because there I figured out a lot of stuff which seems not to be very well documented in the Unreal Engine documentation. And there I'm implementing specific camera shakes for recoils, weapon recoils. We will talk about weapon recoils in a few seconds, but at first let me show you something different. So here in the character on the back we have this bottle, right? And if I press the 0 key, we can equip the bottle and also throw it. So here we have the spline mesh, which we can use for aiming for this bottle, and we can throw it. not in the right direction. I don't know why. There's some issues left. This works since, I guess, since Thursday, so I'm still working here on stuff, but we can throw this one here, and it also interacts with the windows. So we will use this for destroying the windows of a building and make some noise for the enemies, which are these guys here. So then they will try to find out what is going on there. I need to code this one as well into the game. I'm also working on AI stuff, on an AI framework, which I will share in a future devlog. So yeah, and as you have seen, if I press the E key also, we can re-equip the bottle and throw it away again. So here we have a very far distance, but let me use a shorter distance, so we can also throw it here. Then the bottle will land there, pick it up again, right click and 0. We can also make it far distance, and it will be thrown away quite far. Then we have to run here to get bottle again, because I want to show you something more. So let's go back. I'm using here also a material function, and as you see, it's a special effect called refraction. You might not see it, so we go more to the side. So maybe closer. So yeah, it's a very small effect, you could say, but it gives some more depth in my view. I really like this one as well. So yeah, throw it again into the window. I really like this. I shoot also this windows every time I play this developer map. And yeah, so yeah, it's working quite fine already, this stuff. And there we will also play some noise for the enemies, so when the bottle hits the ground and also destroys the windows. So what else can we talk about? So as I said, we will cover a lot of topics, and the next topic is the recoil system we have. So if I press the V key, we go into side view, and as you see, if I shoot, the weapon will play in recoil animation, and also accordingly the hands to it. So yeah, this is not animated by an animator, it's calculated procedurally. So if I open the menu for the system, if I press the M key, the character will go into the aiming state, and we can also use this view. And if I play the animations, so you can see now the arms are rotating, and we can shoot if I press the V key, side view. So yeah, here we still play the animations, and we can adapt those settings. If I use -50 here, you will see that we have a very rough rotation, and it looked not that good. But yeah, it's that I wanted to show you that it's still procedurally calculated. So if I also use -50 here, so we will see it every time. So it looks really weird, right? And to get it back, we can load a JSON file. That's the thing we changed for this marketplace asset. It's also a marketplace asset, you can get it there, but not with JSON files. We adapted the implementation to use JSON, because we are using Git, and this works a lot better than binary files, which is used by this marketplace asset. And there are used data assets basically, and this would not work for our projects because we are using Git, as I said. And we can also use slow motion here, so it can be slower. So yeah, it's quite fine for debugging and so on. And if I want to load the animation again, I can do it. I have it already here on the desktop, and as you see, now we have the old settings again. So yeah, we can also still walk around here. It's very amazing because it's mainly a debugging view, and you can still play the game and also shoot, so that you get a feeling how the animation look like. So I will close now this window. So press the M key and play again. So the last system I want to cover today in this devlog is the Parkour system, and this one is really complex. We will see the code in a few minutes, but let me first explain you what it does. So if I walk here or sprint and I press the P key here, you will see, hopefully, if I'm fast enough, that we draw some locations here, and basically 3 locations. This is the beginning of the edge and this is the end of the edge, and this will be the landing spot, and here's the direction which the character will use to play in vault animation. So yeah, as I said, I want also to implement parkour mechanics into this game, and there I'm still working on a vaulting system. And this vaulting system will be used for Dreams and also for our other main project, Project Cannon. And there I'm using a lot of traces to get those points. And yeah, you will see the code in a few seconds, and this is very complex. But basically, we just try to detect this edge here at the beginning and at the end, and then calculate the landing spot according to the velocity the character currently has during running. That's why I was sprinting through this object and then press the P key. This is currently the debugging stuff which I use and to visually draw those points. And if I press the 11 key and escape key as well, so let me stop the game. So if we go into the character here and open it, we can enable more debugging flows so that you can see what is going on, because to get those edges you have to do a lot of traces in Unreal Engine to get it working properly. So wait, I was not straight enough, so hopefully I'm fast enough. Yes, I am. So here we basically try to find out if we have a location in front of us, which is basically this red sphere trace, and then if we found something like here, so here we have an obstacle between the character and basically the target, and then we trace also down, so we find out that here is an edge. Same will be done at the end, so we trace all to the from the end, from this direction here, and find out that we are hitting here something. Same again, we can also then trace downwards, and we will find this spot here, and then we will trace again from this spot with a specific you could say length or distance, which is dependent on the velocity of the character, and then trace downwards again to find out where the ground is. And yeah, this works quite fine for most surfaces already. Oh, let me also go into full zoom so you can see it better. And yeah, it can also, if I press the F8 key again and play, resume, it also works quite nice for this windows here, so that you can also see the same traces. And for the cars, it's kind of working, but not that very good. So maybe let me use this one here. So here, yeah, maybe the collisions are not correctly set up for this car, for this system. I just got it working 1 hour ago, so yeah, I'm still fine-tuning stuff here. But for the fence, it's working quite nice. So here, you can also see the same locations. So yeah, it's working quite fine. And for that, or with that system, we will find out basically the environment around the character, and also we can also trace to the side, so then we can also play some different animations, which you then have to calculate. Well, there we have an idea, so I will implement this tomorrow and maybe make a new devlog about the system. So yeah, that you can see how the animations are played, because there we are using an Unreal Engine 5 plugin. In Unreal Engine 4 we did a backport there, and it's basically the motion warping plugin, which I showed I think a few months ago, but I did not have the time to finish the systems for playing vaulting animations, but now I do, and I'm working here on stuff. So yeah, you might be amazed as well as I do when you will see the animations. So yeah, I think the last one which I will show you is something very special. So if I go here and shoot, you see that we hit here those locations. And if I press the T key, we can see the traces which I use. Basically this red one is from the camera. And let me go here, maybe we can see this there better. So here. And we have also debugging view for the guns, the gun traces. So you say TTFW, this is our game framework, it's called the Terminus framework. And we create there a lot of base classes which you can use for games. We already did with this systems a third-person game, like this one here. We have Project Cannon, which is based on. We have a top-down game, which you can also check out on itch.io. It's basically our global game jam project called Duality. And I already did a prototype as well for side-scroller game. And yeah, you will see more about those stuff in future devlogs. But let me go back to this command here. So we can say ttfw.show gun traces space 1, and then it will be activated and we will see different traces. So basically here you will see the direction of the weapon, and then it will also hit this wall here, basically, like you have seen if we shoot with the red line. Basically that's very helpful for debugging. And you can also enable the footstep location system. Basically it's also quite nice for debugging. So let me also press the T key. So then you see where we will play footstep sounds or pan noises, basically. And yeah, this is really helpful for debugging. So yeah, if you want to know how these console commands work, let me know in the comments below as well. I can do a devlog about this one as well. It's very easy to set up if you can code in C++. I do not know yet if you can also use it in pure blueprint projects. I don't know, but it's very easy to set up, and we have some lines which we just copy and paste every time to get those stuff working, and then you can reuse it in blueprint projects as well. So let me see what is also there, which might be interesting for you as well. So show, oh yeah, you can also show the projectile bounces. Oh, I did not use the one. Yeah, that's basically the, yeah, here you see it. So here it will bounce on the red, on the green, on the green box, sorry. And let me disable this one. I think this one is more interesting. So if we say show trajectory, show, what's called projectile trajectory 1, we can shoot in the air, and there you see, I think I showed this one as well in another devlog. So red is basically the highest velocity, and then it goes to, so if you go closer, it goes to yellow, green, blue, and white. It's basically just a color code so that you can see how the projectile moves and which velocity it had. So here we are shooting through this surface. So we have also recoils. So yeah, it's not spawning every time a new bullet. It's dependent on the angle and so on. So yeah, you can configure there a lot of stuff for this projectile. It's very Yeah, it's very complex, you could say. And oh yeah, I totally forgot to show you complex stuff as well. So if I go into this character and into our Parkour tracer, so as you see, we have a lot of actor components which drives the character. But today we will only talk about the Parkour tracer. Other ones will be covered in the future. And here, the last one, this one is really brain fuck in my view, because it calculates the points we have seen before. So basically this is the forward trace, and so it's basically the begin location and end location, and here we do the side traces. We just draw some debug spheres to show those hit locations, and then we try to estimate the landing spot. And then we return all these points. We are using the builder pattern here to store those points, and then you can query this object, which points do you have basically, and then you can decide which animation should be played. And yeah, this one is very complex and it got me really a headache while I was implementing this one, but it works quite fine already in most surfaces. We need to fine tune it a little bit more, but yeah, pretty soon we will play some really nice parkour mechanic animations. And therefore I hope you are still excited and you are looking forward to the next devlog where we play those animations. So that's all I wanted to share. It's quite a long video, so thankfully everyone which watched it to the end, and see you in the next devlog.